Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Podcast. Today is Thursday, August 8th, 2019. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's baseball games, look ahead to tonight's games. NFL preseason week 1 officially begins tonight. I'm going to go through all the games tonight and what I'm looking forward to and my best bet of the day. All right, baseball. Some interesting results from yesterday. Some teams on winning streaks, some teams dropped games in which they had golden opportunities in and whatnot. So, without further ado, here we go. The Mets win I believe it's their 7th in a row. 7-2 winners over the Marlins. They are 59-56. Miami is 52-71. Steven Matson win. Jordan Yamamoto, the loss. Matt, 6 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Here at 4.49, so it's quality outing for him. Yamamoto, 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, and walks, 6 strikeouts. Here at 4.17. And by the way, I messed that one up. The number of wins in a row for the Mets is 6. White Sox over the Tigers, 8-1. The White Sox are 51-62. Detroit 33-78. Ivan Nova the win. Tyler Alexander the loss. Nova 8 innings, 5 hits, no runs, rocks, and a strikeout area 4.8. So a good performance by Nova. Alexander 4 in the 3rd innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 6 strikeouts, rate 5.13. Indians over the Rangers 2-0 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Cleveland is 67-46. Texas 58-55. Nick Goody the win. Ariel Gerardo the loss. Brad Hand the save. Zach Plesac was wonderful. Maybe the best start of his big league career. 6 innings, 5 hits, no one runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, strike 3.13. Gerardo pitched very well. 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, strike 4.74. With just one bad pitch in that game that cost him the game, which was a homer to Ramirez. Blue Jays over the Rays 4-3. Toronto wins a series against Tampa for the first time since 2017. They're 47-70. Tampa 66-50. Brock Stewart the win, Brendan McKay the loss, Ken Giles the save. Wilmer Font the opener, 2 in the 3rd innings, 1 hit, no one runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts, rate 4.44. So he returned to Tampa Bay for the first time, I believe, since he left the Rays. McKay, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 8 strikeouts, rate 4.55. Braves over the Twins 11-7, a big win for Atlanta, 68-48 on the year. Minnesota 70-44. Max Fried the win. Martin Perez the loss. Fried 5 in the 3rd inning, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 10 strikeouts. ERA 4.11. Perez 6 innings, 11 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. ERA 4.8. Astros over the Rockies 14-3. The Astros are 75-40. Colorado 52-62. Garrett Cole the win. Peter Lambert the loss. Cole was good. 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts, rate 2.87. Lambert, not so much. 3 innings, 7 hits, 9 runs, 4 walks, and a strikeout rate 6.87. Cubs over the Athletics 10-1. A nice win for Chicago. They are 62-52. Oakland is 65-50. Jose Quintana to win. Homer Bailey lost. Quintana pitched very well. 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts, rate 4.23. Bailey, 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, a walk, no strikeouts, rate 5.54. Dodgers over the Cardinals 2-1. The Dodgers are 77-40. Cardinals 58-55. Getting the win for the Dodgers out of relief, Casey Sadler. Carlos Martinez, the blown save, and the loss. Dustin May pitched well, 5 2/3 innings, 5 hits, and a run, a walk, 7 strikeouts, rate 3.18. Jack Flaherty was great, but his bullpen did not do the job. 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, a walk, 10 strikeouts, ERA 3.72. Actually, it was Andrew Miller with the blown save, not Actually, it was Martinez because he gave up the walk-off hit by Russell Martin, but one of those runs was charged to Andrew Miller rather than Martinez. Nats over the Giants 4-1. The Nats are 61-53. San Francisco 56-59. Joe Ross the win. Sean Anderson the loss. Ross was okay. 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 6.75. Actually, it was better than okay. He was solid. Anderson, 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA 5.33. Indians over the Rangers 5-1 in Game 2 of the doubleheader. The Indians pull off the sweep. They are 68-46. Texas is 58-56. A.J. Cole the win. Lance Lynn the loss. Nick Wickren the save. Tyler Clippard was the opener in this game. 2 innings and 3 strikeouts. ERA 2.74. Rest of the bullpen did its job. Hunter Wood, who they got in the trade from Tampa. A.J. Cole, who got the win. 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Oliver Perez gave up the lone run. Wickren got the save. Lance Lynn, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, ERA 3.6. Mariners over the Padres 3-2. The Mariners 48-68. San Diego 52-61. Matt McGill the win. Getting charged with the loss for the Pods. Andres Munoz. And getting the save for the M's was Anthony Bass. Starting for Seattle was Yusei Kikuchi. He pitched very well for the first time in a while. 5 innings, 4 hits, and a run, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, ERA 5.34. Joey Lucchesi pitched for San Diego, 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 8 strikeouts, ERA 4.19. Brewers over the Pirates, 8-3. The Brewers are 60-56. That was a big win for them on Nat TV. Pittsburgh 48-66. Junior Guerrero the win. Trevor Williams the loss. Drew Pomeranz started. He was pretty much an opener for them. 3 innings, a hit and a run, and walk, 3 strikeouts, ERA 5.44. Trevor Williams, 5 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, a walk, and a strikeout, ERA 5.06. Yankees over the Orioles, 14-2. Impressive win for the Yankees. They go 10-0 this season at Camden Yards. First time a team goes 10-0 at a road team's opponent since 2002. I wonder who that was. I have to look that up. Probably somebody that was a contender against some random horrible team, like the situations the Yankees and Orioles are in this season, respectively. New York is 75-39. Baltimore is 38-76. James Paxton the win. John Means lost. Paxton was marvelous in this game. Gave the Yankees some length. 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits, an earned run, a walk, 7 strikeouts, ERA 4.4. Back-to-back good starts for James Paxton. Step in the right direction for sure. Maybe the Yankees will end up getting a starter that finishes the year with an ERA under 4 other than Domingo Germán anyway. John Means, 3 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 5 strikeouts, ERA 3.36. Coming off an injury. He was sort of cruising in that game, but a couple of defensive mistakes by the Orioles really undid him, and I thought Means was unlucky in that game. Red Sox and Royals suspended will resume at 1 o'clock on August 22nd. So, a couple weeks from now. Diamondbacks over the Phillies 6-1. Diamondbacks are 58-57. Phillies are 59-55. Zach Gallen the win. Jason Vargas the loss. Gallen was good in his Diamondbacks debut. 5 innings, a hit, no runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, ERA 2.4. Vargas, 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, no strikeout, ERA 4.09. Only 7 or 8 games on the slate tonight. 8 all-night games. 7 o'clock, Yankees, Blue Jays. Domingo Germán and Thomas Pannone. Angels, Red Sox. You have Dylan Peters and Chris Sale. Royals, Tigers. You have Jorge Lopez and Matt Boyd. Braves, Marlins. Dallas Keuchel and Alicia Hernandez. Cubs, Reds. Cole Hamels and Alex Wood. Wood's been solid since coming back for the Reds. 8 o'clock, Indians, Twins. Big series that can help determine the American League Central. Twins have a 2-game lead on the Indians, and tonight's matchup is Mike Clevenger against Kyle Gibson. Looks like it's about a pick, and Minnesota's minus 110 tonight. Phillies, Giants. You have Aaron Nola and Madison Bumgarner. That's a nice pitching matchup there. And Rockies Padres at 10 o'clock. John Gray and Eric Lauer. All right. Preseason football tonight. Week 1 begins. NFL Network at 7 o'clock. You have the Jets and the Giants. Daniel Jones making his debut is by far the most interesting thing about this game. Look, seeing how Sam Darnold looks is going to be interesting. These year 2 quarterbacks, with the exception of Baker Mayfield, is very intriguing to me. Especially Darnold, I want to see how they look. Because they're all expected to improve this year, especially Darnold and Buffalo's Josh Allen within that division. And it looks like, we'll get to the Dolphins in a minute, but it looks like that Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be their starter for now. So that's not a good look for the former first-round pick, Rosen. So you got the Jets and the Giants tonight. Daniel Jones' debut. And I also want to see how Sam Darnold looks. Quinnen Williams' debut for the Jets. He was the number 3 overall pick. A lot of people thought he was the best player in the draft. So I'm interested to see how he looks. The Colts and the Bills, speaking of Josh Allen, I'm really interested to see how Allen looks in this game if he plays. I'm not sold that we're going to see some of the regulars from each of these teams, especially Andrew Luck. He's hurt. He should be back for week 1 of the regular season, though. So if I'm the Colts, I play Jacoby Brissett in this one. So I'm interested to see how the Colts and the Bills look. Maybe Brissett can really show himself a little bit. Maybe he could be a trade bait potentially if the Colts want to go out and get depth pieces, as they're going to be a contender this year. 7:30, the Redskins and the Browns. Dwayne Haskins' debut. So that's very interesting. I'm interested to see how Baker looks, Mayfield. Even though I think he is somebody that has established himself as a good NFL quarterback in his rookie season. That's why I'm more interested to see Darnold and Allen and Rosen. And even Lamar Jackson, even though his team made the playoffs a year ago. But I saw some serious flaws in Jackson's game, especially in that playoff game against the Chargers last year. So, Redskins, Browns, and then the other thing about this game is that Odell Beckham's making his Browns debut. So that's going to be something to watch. So Haskins against Odell, what could have been for the 2019 New York Giants and what probably should have been. Oof. Patriots, Lions. So Matt Patricia coaches against Bill Belichick, and who is his former employer. So Trey Flowers against his former team in the preseason opener. I don't expect to see Tom Brady play. I think their backup's Brian Hoyer, if I'm not mistaken, New England's. I don't know if we'll see Matt Stafford. That should be interesting. Falcons, Dolphins. Ryan Fitzpatrick is starting this game. And then maybe later on you'll see Josh Rosen against second stringers for the Falcons, so maybe he will look good. So it's going to be interesting to see what he looks like. The Falcons already played in the Hall of Fame game, so we saw a little bit of them on Thursday last week. And so Matt Ryan will probably play in this one because he obviously did not play in the Hall of Fame game. Titans, Eagles, Marcus Mariota against the team that most people thought was going to end up drafting him a few years ago. Don't forget about that, guys. Remember, the hot rumor of the 2015 draft was that the Eagles were a no-brainer lock to move up to the number 2 pick to take Marcus Mariota just so he could reunite with Chip Kelly. That was the hot rumor, and it never happened. And I think the Eagles, in hindsight, did the right thing. Because Mariota really hasn't turned out to be the quarterback that people were expecting. Although he does have a playoff win on his resume. Unlike Jameis Winston, we'll talk about the Bucs in a little bit. But he really has not lived up to expectations, Mariota, since coming into the NFL. And I'm interested to see if Carson Wentz plays in this game because he obviously was hurt at the end of last year. Nick Foles played in their playoff run, which earned him that big contract from the Jaguars. So I'm interested to see how Wentz looks. Deshaun Jackson makes his second Philly 10-year debut tonight as well. Jaguars-Ravens, speaking of Nick Foles, he's going to be making his Jaguars debut in Baltimore against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I'm interested to see how Lamar looks. There's a lot of talk about his throwing improvement. I just need to see it to believe it in meaningful games in the regular season. So I don't want to overreact to a good offensive game from Lamar Jackson from a passing standpoint if that happens tonight. Panthers-Bears, I'm interested to see if Cam Newton will play tonight. Mitch Trubisky will probably play. So keep an eye on that. Texans-Packers, so Deshaun Watson, I would assume, would play. I don't know about Aaron Rodgers. But it'd be interesting if Rodgers plays because nobody has seen him play in a long time. I wonder if he's healthy. There's already rumors about dysfunction with him and his new coach. So a lot of pressure on Green Bay this year to make the playoffs and go on a deep run with the improvements they made on defense. It's put up or shut up. But I'm not even convinced that they're favorites to win their own division, or let alone be the second best team in their own division. And then two more late night, 10 o'clock, NFL Network, Chargers-Cardinals. Kyler Murray's debut. That's going to be very interesting against a Chargers team that might not have Melvin Gordon for the season because of his contract holdout and him demanding a trade. So I'm interested to see how Kyler Murray looks. And then Broncos-Seahawks, we saw the Broncos Hall of Fame game. Drew Lock showed some promise. He'll probably play again in the Seattle game. And then you have the Seahawks. I'm interested to see if Russell Wilson plays. I need to see how their defense looks because I think that unit as a whole is going to take a step back after overachieving a bit last year, along with that team and just in general. I know Wilson is an absolute stud, and he's the sole reason why they made the playoffs last year. But I just don't love the Seahawks going into the 2019-20 season. So yeah, my most interesting things for tonight, Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins, Kyler Murray debuts. And then more Drew Lock with Denver, although we saw that last week. And then we have some of the second-year quarterbacks taking the stage, like Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen. You'll see all of them tonight as well. Some other notable debuts tonight, Quinnen Williams. Nick Bosa won't play this week for the 49ers. So you have Quinnen Williams making a debut for the Jets. Josh Allen for the Jaguars. Devin White for Tampa eventually tomorrow, but we'll get to the Bucks tomorrow. So, should be a fun night in the National Football League. All right, best bet of the day brought to you by DraftKings. Interesting board today as there's only 7 baseball games, and I wonder if I'm going to actually throw on some football or not. I'm going to go with the Yankees against Toronto. I just like how Herman is pitched. I'm going to go with the Braves, although I'm not impressed with Keuchel yet since he came back. I'm going to go with the Tigers, even though they're just horrible. But Matt Boyd's not horrible. I'm going to go with the Red Sox. I don't feel good about it. And I am going to go with the Cubs and Cole Hamels. So it's about $8.38 odds, wagering $1, payout of $9.38. That's it for the podcast today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping the baseball games from today, looking ahead to tomorrow, recapping the NFL preseason games from today, look ahead to tomorrow night's couple preseason games, and then my best bet for tomorrow as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everybody.